Derek Anderson Silva is, if not the greatest of all time, at least an absolute legend, So what does the opportunity to get in there and test yourself against a guy like that mean to you?
Yeah, it's a game changer for sure, Definitely got to go out there and be more patient than I was in my previous fight. But yeah, you know what the guy brings to the table. And a lot of people like to ask the question about, slowing down, his speed. I mean, the guy's still a live person to me, so it's Anderson Silva.
Yeah. When they came to the fight, because it was kind of when they announced it, I think all of us were like, "What happened?" So when the call came to you and they said, we got Anderson Silva, what do you think? What was your initial reaction?
Yeah, same thing. Because I paid attention to the interviews. I've heard of his interviews of what he was saying, but yeah, Anderson is Anderson. He's a professional. The guy has academies. I think he has Muay Thai school in California. I'm sure he has gyms in Brazil. So the guy is actively training, always in shape. So I know what I'm getting. If somebody said, "Oh, he was on the couch," nah, that's not the case. Anderson's not on the couch. Anderson's always training. The guy is tricky. He's very good in the sport. So I know what's going on here.
Yeah. You mentioned the last fight. Obviously, I know that was an emotional night for you. What lessons did you ultimately take out of that?
I learned to be more patient. I was really gunning for something that I shouldn't have been gunning for. Hindsight, I knew what I was doing, trying to get a title shot, trying to impress, trying to really make a statement, cap off the last fight on my contract. But sometimes you got to be a little bit more patient about the process. So definitely learned from that one, and this will be a great fight to show that I learned from that one.
Yeah, I think that's what's kind of fun about it, because we think of you as the aggressive striker, the powerful guy, but yeah, he's one of the best counter strikers to ever play the game. So do you kind of like that chess battle, so to speak?
Definitely a chess match, and definitely have to make it a chess match. And yeah, what he brings to the table, you definitely have to be mindful, and it's kind of tailor-made for the last fight that I fight, the fighting style that I fought last fight. So I'm very understanding of that. I like to consider myself a smart guy, so I will slap myself 20 times if I go out there and make the same mistake that I made in my previous fight.
Did you have anybody playing the games that he likes to play in there when you're going through training? I mean, do you kind of have to get yourself ready? Because sometimes he does do some rather bizarre things in there.
Yeah, I have my cousin and trainer, Dre Hurd. He's a former pro boxer, and he moves just like Anderson, and he likes to keep his hands moving a lot and be really tricky. So he's definitely up that style, and we definitely getting used to that, and we prepare for that, and we understand exactly what Anderson's going to try to show us on Saturday night.
As you said, he's still an absolute legend, still one of the best ever, still at a high level at his advanced age. What would a win like this mean for you?
It mean a great deal for me. I never pay attention to what people say, or you got to look at his previous fights. He got caught in one of them. He broke his leg, had a close decision. He had some guy pop for marijuana, and he had the issue he popped. Then also he knocked the guy out and still lost the fight and reset. So he had a lot of crazy, unfortunate events. Bernard Hopkins, 49-50, just fought. Anderson, 41. So people are learning to take care of their bodies. They can last in the sport. This game, you don't see too many, or you don't see 21-year-old, 22-year-old, 24-year-old middleweights. Because when you're at your best, when you're learned, you might come in as a wrestler, and you might be really good at wrestling, but you have to build up your striking, your jiu-jitsu, your cardio, your patience, all that. By the time you can do all that, 35, 36, 37, so that's why you see guys able to last in this sport, because it's a learning game, it's a maturity game, and, in my opinion, this is going to be a peaked out, the best possible what Anderson could show.